The Spin-Off Podcast Network.
This is Kiwi is back for a brand new season with more inspiring kōrero from special guests including rugby player, father and role model TJ Perenara.
My family bring me joy. Rugby brings me joy too, but it's not the same joy as my family brings me.
And global dancer and choreographer Kirsten Dodgen.
For some reason, people think I'm very intimidating.
Listen to the new season of This is Kiwi, brought to you by the Spin-Off Podcast Network in collaboration with KiwiBank. Available now wherever you get your podcasts.
Talo for Lover. I'm Madeline Chapman, editor at The Spin-Off. If you have the means, consider supporting our high-quality journalism by becoming a Spin-Off member. Sign up now at thespinoff.co.nz/donate.
Let us know when you're ready.
Mm-hmm.
Alex is eating. Alex, well, if you're eating.
Don't put sour snakes on the table if you don't want me to eat.
Welcome to The Real Pod. My name's Janie. Duncan!
What?
Well, you can't be like zoned out and have your face like that when I'm trying to kick off the podcast.
Well, I can.
No, I hate it.
That's my face.
You can't have your face like that.
Not have your face like that. Welcome along to
What
our
about me?
podcast. You're good. You're golden.
Always the golden child.
She is my favourite child. Mostly because she turns up every week. Never rushes off to a meeting. Sauce. Anyway, welcome along to The Real Pod, your reality recap podcast, reality TV recap even.
Recap.
Sorry, I've got chocky in my mouth. I've got like a chocolate coat in my mouth.
We're in Willy Wonka's factory today.
We are.
Because of Tahe Butler
Amazing. Producer extraordinaire.
showing out.
It's a COVID safe grazing platter in that there's a variety of offerings, but all individually housed in bowls so that cross contamination is mitigated.
Not a COVID
I did
safe.
touch 7 snakes while going yum yum just before.
The yum yum was, yeah.
Yeah, but he tried and we fucked it up is what I'm saying. Tiahi did the good thing. We did the bad thing.
Yeah, that
goes for everything. That goes for everything.
My name is Janie. I'm joined by Alex Casey, Duncan Grieve. This is The Real Pod, and you can find us on Discord. Haven't said that for a while. Look at our show notes to get there. Have a chat about reality TV. Also on Facebook, facebook.com/groups/Real Pod Corner.
And you can find us on TikTok.
Oh, God, yeah, we're on the TikTok, aren't we? Sort of.
I think saying that TikTok is like immediately, let's get off the
I know.
TikTok.
It's ironic. It's ironic. That's why I do it. Yeah, it's like how my mum calls her iPad her pad.
It's good to know that we've started the process of ending that platform, you know?
Yeah.
Like I saw data that said Facebook, it was down to 32% penetration with US teens, and TikTok's at like 69% and a high percentage use it almost constantly. But now we're there.
Yeah, we just ruined it.
Boom.
Yeah.
We've really opened up an opportunity for almost anything else to take over.
The Spin-Off is on TikTok. What's our name? What's our handle? Just look up The Spin-Off. It'll be there, right?
I got no idea. I'm not on the TikTok.
Well, unfortunately, I can't look it up on my phone because we're recording content for TikTok.
For the TikTok.
As we speak.
It's amazing what we're doing.
This is exactly how the kids do it, isn't it?
Oh, man. This is
sorry.
terrible.
Scared of the ever-changing world.
Look, I think we just need to be real. It is The Real Pod after all, and I need to admit that I real podded something bad with Simon Bridges.
What did you do?
Okay, it wasn't that bad.
And also, he's such a daggy dude. Like,
Yeah.
You can't really be fine.
Okay, so I was... sometimes Simon Bridges comes in here and uses our studio, right? And
no one invited him. He just shows up. and we're like, you were almost Prime Minister, so I guess this is fine.
Absolutely. And I was sitting out on one of those reclining sofas out there doing some work, as is my wont. And he walked past and he was briskly wandering out. He's like, all right, thanks for that. See you later. And gave me a wave. And I reached out to high five.
Wow.
Not realising it was a wave.
Wow.
Did you connect?
No, but got close enough that it was obvious I wasn't waving. Far enough away.
Stiff hand.
Maybe that's how you wave. It's like, you know?
Well, I hope that's what he thinks.
That's
Otherwise,
terrible that that's the good scenario. Because
Yeah.
he thinks that's
That's
your
how
waving
you have
style.
to, and now every time you see him,
That's me.
that's how, hi Simon, you have to wave
and
like
any time that I might
Stiff
be
hand.
on camera, CCTV, waving at someone, anytime.
You
I
just
pretty
got-
much have
that's
to
just your
adopt
new
that
style,
now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was embarrassing.
I did see you in the media, like the seconds after this happened, and you were absolutely bereft. But also, Stuart Soman-Land had a good interaction with Cybri. Walked past him and said, "Loving your work on The Masked Singer," and he said, "I don't know what you're talking about,"
Wow,
in a cheeky kind of a way.
Well, in the voice of the Pack and Save guy, you just did.
Which is interesting, yeah.
I have a question for you, Alex Casey. Why are you practically sitting on the floor right now?
I like to just lower my chair down.
are
I like to
so
stay
low.
grounded. Am I like really obviously low?
yeah, you're like a head shorter than me.
If I wasn't using my phone to record content right now, I'd take a photo to show you the height difference between the pair
Given
of
your
you.
well-known resemblance to a 12-year-old version of yourself, this is not helping.
Well, it'll be captured on TikTok the moment I lowered my chair down.
Have you changed your framing?
Nah.
Oh, gosh. Now you're going to be all
Get that headroom going. You can put some, I'll go, ooh, and they'll go, here's some advice.
Yeah.
You know?
Here, whatever it says up here, I'm going to do in 2022.
Life be like. I hate it.
I also need to fill you in on my hair because, as you know,
Oh, yeah.
okay, so I
Give
didn't.
us some hair story.
You know, I've had this fraught relationship with my hairdresser. It's really expensive, and I was going to break up with her, but then I couldn't because I left it too long, and then come Christmas time, Christmas parties, all that kind of stuff, I hadn't sorted myself out, so I just went back to what I knew, paid through the nose, and got my hair done pre-Christmas. Fine, great. It's now August the following year. Hadn't had a haircut. Went to book in, couldn't get her, right? And they were like, no openings. And I was like, that's fine, let me know if there's a cancellation. I'll go elsewhere. Couldn't be bothered going elsewhere. Got to the point where it's just, I basically should have taken the original booking, but I didn't. So I went back to them in just a state of desperation. It was like, any cancellations or is there someone else I can see? And they put me in with someone else. Who, amazing hairdresser, gave me the Rachel. This is my first haircut in, I don't know, how many, 8-9 months?
Is the Rachel bad?
I think the Rachel is bad. Okay, here's the thing. When he did it, it looked like a cool, shaggy, like, on-trend cut. The moment I got in the car,
Pop.
there was some sort of breeze that passed through as I closed the car door. The Rachel.
I don't think it's actually the Rachel. I think it's Shaggy and Cool.
Because you've got such a, the blunt front fringe.
Yeah, I'd much prefer it to be the Rachel for our comedic purposes, but I think it might be good.
Thank you. That's a genuine statement because I know
Yeah.
how much you really badly want me to be embarrassed here.
Yeah, well,
I
because it's the
appreciate
real
that.
pod.
So you didn't tell him?
Of course
that
I didn't. Well, it
you
looked
had
good
the
when I
Rachel.
left.
That's
I asked for the
get ya.
DVD, but it's all right.
What hair do you have from Friends?
Probably the Chandler.
Nope. I was going to say the Ross.
It's not the Ross.
I was going to say the Ross.
No, I have been told I look exactly like Ross a lot in my
That
life.
was an amazing sitcom moment right there on this podcast. Wow.
The Mr. Bean and Ross are the two celebrities I'm most being compared to. So, and they're both really cool and popular.
Yeah.
Very famous.
Beloved by, around the world.
I mean, there's a Mr. Bean mural just down the road from us, as well as a huge painting in the beer spot across the road.
I've been busy.
Okay, we've got to talk about Masked Singer. I have but one line. It is in bold, and it is, Shaggy Sheepdog is
Mikey Havoc! As we live and breathe.
Oh my God.
not Jason Gunn. This is the moment that this show is about, right?
100%.
Never once did I consider that Mikey Havoc would be on the show at all.
I've been thinking about him recently. I just assumed I would never lay my naked eyes on that man again because it just didn't know it was the thing that could happen. What kind of what knighthood, damehood for whoever made the casting choice?
Absolutely. Not just the choice, but managing to convince him.
The audacity.
So brazen.
Is he busy?
It doesn't matter if someone's busy. This is what I need to tell you. People don't necessarily just go on shows or not go on shows because they're busy. You know, sometimes there's some sort of, I don't know, personal profile prize stuff at stake. You know?
I mean, what is he up to full
What
stop?
is he up to?
I don't know, but does that make
Is he on
you want to go
is he on the
master?
rock still? I don't know.
Was he on the rock?
He might
Was
need
he
the,
on Hoda?
he might need the money. Let's be real.
Like, I feel like there is a genre of profile that is go and find Mikey Havoc and just write about what he's up to. I think Brawnius did it once. There's been someone else who's done, like, basically, it's good. He just gives you incredible material every time. And they basically did the reality TV version of it just by putting him in there.
Including the amazing reveal during the clue package thing that he had 400 masks. Did you see that?
What?
Yeah, I missed that too.
When he was doing his final performance, when he was unmasked, and it was going like demystifying some of the clues and what they meant, there was something about masks in his clue package, and they were like, "This is because Mikey Havoc famously has 400 masks."
I mean, that's
I
terrifying.
just
That's
don't think you should be
terrifying.
giving that amazing story tip away on the podcast.
Stuart's really on it.
Okay, great. He's fast, Stuart, too.
He is-
So
he's-
don't even
he is
bother
actually
trying.
Don't
incredibly
even.
fast.
Don't even
Foot
bother.
Come
race.
for us.
Okay.
But the most embarrassing thing for me, obviously insisted the entire time that it was Jason Gunn. When we watched the very first episode at my home, the first thing Joe said during the first note is, "There's Mikey Havoc." I went, "Shut up, that's Jason Gunn."
He is a savant.
He has a golden ear.
Okay. I mean, I was going to say get him on the judging panel or the guessing panel, but, well,
He'll be so funny on the judging
it
panel.
would be pointless. He'd just get them all and that'd be over.
Straight away.
No,
Two
but he would,
episodes done.
he would have his like sort of sardonic posture. It would be good to go with all of the sort of radio person energy. Just to have. I mean, I do like the guest David tour for everything approach.
That was funny,
really
yeah.
excellent.
I feel like it also speaks to the fact that person hasn't seen any of.
He doesn't know what the show is.
Doesn't know what the show
and
is.
Proudly.
Hasn't seen any of the prior performances because they just happened in the last 2 days. They haven't actually been playing out on TV in real time. So what's he supposed to do? You know?
Just guest David tour
amazing.
or Helen tour. Those are the two celebrities.
I'm so rocked by this revelation. It was so good. It was so nice to have a complete surprise, especially when you were convinced it was someone else entirely. Honestly, good job, as Duncan says. So much so that I can't remember really what happened on the rest of the show. I know Bedazzled Unicorn sang, and I have no clue who this is.
No. I mean, this season is so much better than last time, right? For mystery, shock, and intrigue.
Yeah.
I feel like we had them all
Yeah.
quite early on.
Yeah.
Bedazzled Unicorn, no idea.
But
Penguin? No, you wouldn't have seen Penguin yet.
no, but I have seen a bit of the show now, so credit to me doing my actual job. The fact that I feel like Anika does know who it is, and I think we could figure it out by looking at people she's toured with on the
But
road.
she was wrong on Gun, you know? She
Yeah.
thought it, and she's performed with Mikey Havoc. He said as much.
Yeah, but
Who hasn't?
what like is in like push era
I don't
Mikey
know.
Havoc?
I don't know. They had banter, and he was like, we've toured together.
I don't know if that's true. I think it might have been humouring him.
Was it maybe like a Christmas in the Park run or something?
Yeah, like a charity single.
Yeah,
Yeah, could be.
yeah.
Anyway, look, just no, like I feel like Bedazzled Unicorn may be my this year's Pavlova.
You think you're going to get it in the last breath? Is that what you mean?
I mean, Pavlova drove me to insanity. I
A
was
riddle
up,
wrapped inside an enigma. et
totally.
cetera.
Yeah, I was up till all hours of the morning, googling, Wikipediaing, looking at cast lists.
Wow.
New Zealand musicians, all sorts. With Pavlova.
I also just feel like opening up Havoc, like reaching into the bowels of history and yanking him out. It just feels like the thing is there's just a lot more scope now. Like there's just something like special about that seeing that.
He's opened the floodgates, I feel, for next season. For some people who might have been like too cool for this, might be going, well, push, Mikey
Someone who
Havoc.
might have been on television in
Someone
the
who
early
might have
2000s.
been involved in the New Zealand music industry circa early mid-2000s.
Iconic appearance on a music video.
Who's to say that sitting before you is not one bedazzled unicorn?
How would you feel if Duncan described your appearance as somebody reaching into the bowels of history to to pull you out.
I'd be entirely unsurprised. Entirely
Love a
unsurprised.
bowel. Get your hand down there.
Once again, I just say this season, maybe I'm on the show. You just don't know, do you?
I've never heard you rap. I've never heard you rap before.
And I feel like taller than.
Yeah, but I've said too much. I've said too much already.
Bedazzle Unicorn is sporty.
Excuse me. What are you trying to say?
I did see you run to get a mandarin.
Thank you.
But that's the only time you did it.
I'm just not a show off, you know. I keep
Right.
keep my achievements to myself.
I think if we stick around long enough, Jane's going to be on a reality TV show. That's my prediction.
Well, my prediction is maybe I'm going to be unmasked real soon. You know? I'm doing it to you. I'm overdoing it now, aren't I?
I don't know, but that's sort of your vibe.
Anyway, should we? Have you guys got any stories aside from Masked Singer and? Oh, is it what else?
Oh, from life.
Who else sang?
Alligator. Dreamia.
Oh yeah.
I don't even know what the song was. Playing Mantis. Watermelon Sugar. Paul Ego.
Oh yeah. The clue about Cheeky Charlie's, that's the Foursquare guy.
Ah.
And now you're more likely to find me in his sister's shop, which is obviously the other foodstuffs franchise. Back and save.
Wow. Also, William James is my idol. See what you've done there.
Billy T. Yeah, good.
Yeah, but no, next week we're going to have the Blue Penguin, where I'll be very interested to hear your thoughts, and the Magic Monster. So many mysteries still.
Why are you interested in my thoughts? And I've never once known who anyone was until I've taken off the
I don't know,
mask.
because you're just coming in cold. Like,
Yeah, you might be with fresh ears. See, we're tainted by the knowledge of clues and songs that we've heard.
Yeah, I am coming in with very fresh. I have this feeling like I could have picked Guy Williams. Just because he's a big bellower.
But I mean, didn't
every
everyone?
person on earth.
Well, that's what I mean. It's like I'm trying to imagine a single thing I could have gotten right. And you should understand that that's not my thing, is knowing who people are on The Masked Singer.
Okay, we'll move on from the Masked Singer and get into the block shortly. But I do have to say, I realised that I made the top of the show all about me and my Simon Bridges and my Rachel hairdo, and I didn't really scan the room for interesting
love
stories
that.
of your week.
I loved it.
I know, but what have you guys been up to?
We went to the Voyages.
I wore a tuxedo. First
You
time
did
in my
wear a
life.
tuxedo, and then you ended up wearing suspenders on stage, accepting an award.
I did.
It
Not
wasn't
for you.
For you.
No, but I don't think they minded that I...
It was prearranged that Duncan would go up and accept Dylan Cleaver's award. It wasn't a...
But
You didn't bum rush the
It's
stage.
sort of plausible that I would just take it upon myself.
I did get a photo of you on stage on the telly, so give it 5 or 6 years and people would have forgotten, and all it will be is you standing there with this beautiful plaque accepting an award, and no one's going to know that it wasn't yours, so I'll hold on to that for you.
There's also a photo of me that it was Dylan Cleaver for The Bounce. Very good newsletter, which you should subscribe to, dylancleaver.substack.com. And he put a picture of me holding it, and I'm like, I look so stoked in that. Like,
Yeah, you look like the person who won the award.
like more so than I ever have with any of the many awards that I have won.
But I have to say, there was a moment we were sitting on the couch and we were like, oh, is this a fold episode about to happen?
Yeah.
There was a little bit, it
Yeah.
started to get a little bit
Yeah.
foldy, but
Yeah.
you reined it back, and I was so proud of you.
Well, I just really wanted to promote Dylan's newsletter to, 600 people there. If we could have got 100 of them to sub, that's meaningful to him.
Yeah.
I'm rooting for that man.
Okay.
My big story from the Voyages, Sam Hayes touched my arm and said, "Hi, Alex."
Wow.
I know.
And she knew
I know.
that wasn't just, like, she wasn't reaching past to some other Alex.
Different Alex.
Wow.
Amazing.
'Twas I.
How does she know you?
She was maybe
Do you think
the biggest celebrity there. Maybe Tova.
Yeah, Tova. I do get a bit starstruck. Michael Mora,
Michael Laurie, yeah. He radiates.
he radiates
Tarina?
in the room.
Mick Roberts was there today.
Sonia Gray was wearing about
Oh my God.
$30,000 worth of diamonds.
I
Yeah.
couldn't
Sonny
deal with
G.
how amazing she looked.
She looked incredible. Did you watch the whole thing?
Yes, I did.
What did you think?
I stopped for
Watching
dinner
at
and
home?
everything in the dinner break.
Hey, what did you think of the big podcast that won? Was it us or?
It wasn't us, which was unsurprising given we were not even finalists. So that didn't take me by surprise entirely. I've got thoughts. I've got thoughts about things, and it's nothing to do with the quality of the
Supplementary
podcast.
question.
It's nothing to do with the quality of the podcast. It's just about the criteria. for what makes something the winning podcast.
You think that episodic should require more than 2 episodes?
Three.
Oh,
Give
well,
them credit where it's due.
that's fine.
3 episodes released in an entire year. I don't know. That's fine. The podcast itself, great. Just not much of it for an award that's for a whole year. But anyway,
We just want an award.
we just want an award.
Mike Puru's McChicken will romp home next year, don't worry.
Be
We need to do a
outside-
follow-up.
Be outside the
Yeah.
time criteria,
What?
wouldn't it?
No, because it's from earlier this year, wasn't it?
Okay. Yeah. Oh God. I don't know. Look, I'm disillusioned. Anyway, back to the block.
Yeah, let's go back to the
That'll cheer
block.
me out. That'll cheer me out. Wait, can I just say, by the way, both of you finalists. So
Thank
I
you.
was a very, very proud big mum at home.
That's very nice.
Big
Thank you, Jane.
Neither of you won, sadly.
No.
But there's always 2023. And 24 and 25 and so on, all the numbers.
God, I can't believe we get into that sort of numbers. Eh?
Yeah, they're big old numbers.
2025.
Can I tell you something else? We are but a week away from September.
Well, it's
My
already
birthday's
spring.
on the weekend.
Is it?
And then this coming weekend, you just
August
dropped that
28,
in. What
August
are we
28,
What are
August
we doing?
28.
Is that that Sunday?
August, yeah.
What are we doing?
What are we doing?
Because I haven't got any.
Is it
I
Celebrity
haven't
Treasure
received
Island
a
party?
invite. as
I'm going
yet.
to see Noel McCarthy in the Writers' Festival.
Wow.
And
is
I'm going to
uncanny.
Butterfly Creek.
You're going to Butterfly Creek? You are going to have the best time.
That's a great,
I know.
great
What
time.
time
know.
should we be there, though?
Yeah.
Are we not your
Anyway,
best friend, BFFs?
Whenever you want to turn up.
Whenever we want to turn up. Just, okay, cool.
Turn up.
Oh, I guess you won't be getting a fancy Jane Yee cake this year then.
Well, I was in lock. It was my 30th last year. I'm not expecting that again.
Okay, good,
Are you
'cause-
doing that
good, 'cause you're
again?
Not, no, well, I'm not now that you haven't invited me to bloody Butterfly Creek.
No,
Come
I made it
on.
very clear you're uninvited.
Speaking of not being invited, should I out them?
Who?
Well,
No.
No.
Absolutely not.
okay.
I think it's a technical error.
Well, and even if it's not, we want to be invited to everything.
That's true. Okay.
If you're listening and you have a thing, invite us to it.
Invite us to it, especially if you're columnist through Jeffrey and it's your long-promised second 50th birthday bash after you promised to invite us
That-
to your 50th
that is
birthday
a
bash
must.
and
That
then
is a
didn't
must.
invite us, had a big party, and then said, don't worry, I'm inviting you to the second one, and we're still waiting.
But basically, if you've got a thing and there are going to be celebrities of any grade, even Z, we would come and watch and then talk about it on our pod. Plausibly. Not every time. We'd love to be invited.
It's not a threat. It sounds like a threat, but it's not. It's a nice thing. It's a nice thing. Yeah.
Well, it depends.
Kia ora, this is Toby Manhire, here to urge you to tune in to Gone by Lunchtime, a podcast with me, Annabelle Lee Mather and Ben Thomas, tackling the world of New Zealand politics, from policy to polling, from scandal to psychodrama. Listen to Gone by Lunchtime, brought to you by the Spin-Off Podcast Network, wherever good pods are sold.
Kia ora, I'm Duncan Grieve, founder of The Spin-Off. You can help us keep all of The Spin-Off's award-winning journalism free for everybody by becoming a member today at thespinoff.co.nz/donate.
Are you curious about how business can be better? I'm Simon Pound, and I host Business is Boring, a podcast where I kōrero with some of the most interesting people in entrepreneurship, commerce, and making things happen. Tune in to Business is Boring every Tuesday, brought to you by the Spin-Off Podcast Network in partnership with Spark Business Lab.
Okay. The block.
The block.
The block, week 6.
Good week. Did you think?
Oh!
Poetry slam. COVID.
Oh, hardly. Hardly
Something.
COVID.
I mean, a lot of...
Karen from accounts.
Karen
Karen
from accounts.
is iconic.
So good.
Karen from accounts is the top thing I've written. Karen from accounts is a gem. That is my number one statement and all I really care about this week on the block. She was amazing.
Incredible.
She's
Incredible
so
woman.
good.
She has
Her-
paid my invoices before.
Wow.
She's real.
And
It's
she's,
it's
There was
no
just
bullshit.
one moment she broke character at the end there when she smiled, which I thought they should have quickly cut before she gave a smile. So I love that.
yeah, old Stoneface. They need... Whoever came up with that motif, very good. I wonder, is that plausibly the same person
I was just thinking that.
who did Mikey Havoc? Or is that same
It's
production company?
possible, yes.
And if so, they win the Supreme Voyager Award next year.
Yeah.
So it's Master Bedroom and Ensuite Week. We came back. Didn't we start with the winner of Lounge Week? I'm getting a bit sick of this cliffhangery.
Totally. I think, you know how there's that Consumer Guarantees Act law type thing where things can't be on special too much, otherwise that's the real price?
Yeah.
I don't think you can have, it should be no more than 1 in 4 weeks that you do the hangover with the end of the judging.
This is the third one.
Because it's illegal, because we're not on the high seas.
No.
We're on frickin' the driest land.
That is a hark back or forward, depending on which order you listen to the podcast, to our Below Deck Down Under recap podcast, by the way, which is also featured in the same feed. It's not too late to get on board.
Kind of is.
But the state of on-demand television, you can watch whenever. On-demand podcast, listen whenever, you know?
That's true.
This is the fold.
Numbers might come back.
Aww. We're having a
Tell
meeting
your
after
flatties about
Tag them
us.
all. TikTok them.
No.
Don't TikTok them. Don't TikTok them. Facebook message them. Tag them in a Facebook post.
Just to take their phone and subscribe and start playing it.
Yeah.
Have parties. Listening parties. You
On
know?
the block. What happened on the block? I liked it when Ben was dressed as Luigi and constantly being real serious, seemingly unaware that he was dressed as Luigi.
He's like, that's horse shit.
Yeah.
Was he dressed as Luigi when the COVID information came out?
Yes. So I love that addition. I also love the kind of, you could see production scrabbling, you know, the exec producer had to come on camera.
Do you realise what you just said?
What?
Production was scrabbling. See how much
You
the
mean
Scrabble universe
Scrambling.
has...
Oh my God.
Yeah.
How many
Maybe
letters is that?
scrabbling. Maybe it's because,
Scrabbling.
like it's sort of there's a bag of letters, they're all mixed
They
up.
were all trying to... COVID's not even a
wreck,
Scrabble
eh?
word.
Is it not?
No, it's not.
Not this year, but
Not
maybe
yet.
next year.
Yeah, but New Zealand won't subscribe because there's
I don't know
politics.
I don't know
There's
the politics.
politics to do with the Scrabble dictionary.
Oh,
Hey,
oh
do you
my
want a
God,
Scrabble
good features
podcast? I
on
feel like a
that.
Scrabble podcast would be
I'd love to do a Scrabble podcast.
probably not huge, but it would be something.
But it might.
It might introduce us
20
to a whole
people
new...
in Mount Albert that would listen.
Yeah, the 60 pluses.
Would they? I
Yeah.
don't know if they've got phones.
We'd have to sort it out for them, but I reckon, yeah.
Yeah. What
production-
they might do is all get together and listen to it on like one stream, 20 people.
What they definitely will do is they will email me as the head of podcasts on the spin-off page and say, I can't quite figure out how to get the Spotify going.
Yeah.
So we will have to, you'll have to actually have a tutorial lesson
I
at the
can do
beginning
that.
of the
I can
next
do that.
tourney.
I can do that.
Carry on, Duncan.
So we're on the block. So we'll talk about Ben and Chloe first.
Sure.
They won 4 in a row. That's where it all started.
Yeah.
With a Harvey, but I still think that counts, especially with the one-off.
It's harder than it looks, isn't it, to track the podcast?
Yeah, I can't do it. I never have. No, I do it on my own, man.
Yeah, you do it great on your own
How
one.
come you don't have a podcast?
Don't look, we're having a meeting after
I
us. We're
used
having a meeting
to.
after us. We're going
Oh,
to...
you did?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fine.
Then the Facebook group got real intense.
Then we fixed feminism. We didn't need it anymore.
That's true.
all
Great job.
sorted.
Well done, you.
I like the look of Chloe's nice fresh rolls.
Yes.
Yummy.
Tell you what,
Delicious looking.
Tell you what, I'm not so keen on, and I only really just noticed that this week is, and it might be because I'm coming from a place where I've just had a haircut. I think the girl needs a haircut. It's very
Whoa.
long, and I think it's a work. I think it's a work.
Feminism's broken again.
Fuck, on the rag emergency episode.
Oh, look, no, I
Cannot
just-
talk about another woman's split ends. That's
Can I not?
feminism.
Okay. I think she looks lovely, just as she is.
She does
Perfect.
look lovely.
Yeah.
She's beautiful
Yeah.
skin.
Yeah.
It's probably me projecting because I've just had my length cut off, and now I'm like looking at hers, going, "Oh, I want length back." And so I'm like,
You're
I
jealous,
need to.
you're
I'm
lashing
jealous.
out.
I am. Yeah.
Did you talk about the Rachel on this podcast?
Yeah.
Or was it the other? Oh,
No,
yeah,
it's
okay.
this one. It's
So
this
people
one.
have that Rachel.
They have
they have
got the
Rachel
context.
vision in
Got the
their
context.
minds.
Got the context. I think they're dressing up a bit too much. Like, I think wearing those glasses into Lighting Direct was just unfair on Lighting Direct, man. Like, how's he? It's nervous enough. He's not on the telly all the time. He's got to do his bit, and then they come in with these silly glasses on, and that would really throw you if you were a civilian, you know?
Taking the piss out of a very serious situation.
Yeah. They actually kind of did. I feel like when they went to Lighting Direct, they kind of did take the piss out of the mid-century and modern, or whatever it was, ranges that they're allowed to pick from. They're like, we've come to Lighting Direct. We're going to choose our lights. We won, $5,000 worth of lights from their mid-century and modern range. A lot of brass. They said that before they walked in.
That's funny.
And I was like, are you pissed that you can't choose from other ranges?
I mean, given what bathroom week, that ensuite hath wrought, with everyone with the same goddamn mirror, sort it out. It can't just be that, like you just need to show one. If you're trying to sell mirrors, don't make it look like you only sell one mirror.
Not just the mirrors, but the tiles. Those kind of...
Finger tiles.
Not just the style, but the actual same tiles in Murray and James and Ben Clyde. They borrowed...
the oatmeal bloody...
like, kind of Subway
What's the name? Yum.
Yum.
Yeah, yum, anything.
It really is lunchtime.
It is lunchtime. Oh, me mum. I forgot about me mum.
Clip that.
Have you got a lunch
Oh,
date?
phew. No, she's dropping me off Grand by Noel McCarthy to give to Joe to read before we go to Noel McCarthy.
Oh, right. He's got to do some cramming.
That's such good, nice, reading a book and then go to, what a nice
Not only that,
person.
but getting a local counsellor to drop it off for you.
She is available
do
for
all constituents
drop-offs in
get
the
that
area.
kind
I
of
think
service?
so. Her number's online.
It's amazing.
Mum once texted, I shouldn't say this.
No, go on.
She accidentally texted a constituent, because people do text her, just stuff about pavements and whatnot. And she texted, can you buy some Q-tips? To just a random...
I have this exact story.
You do.
But I texted the Simon Bridges podcast producer, have you got any skewers?
This was so amazing. She sent me the grams.
But the best bit was he immediately replied with a picture of skewers, not from Google, but on his own kitchen bench.
But immediately.
Immediately. Yeah.
When Jane told me that story, he himself, the producer, was in the room and he just gave me the eyebrows and was like, I had the skewers ready to go.
Yeah. He
So
knew what
happy.
he was doing.
So stoked with himself.
Imagine that
Such
would
a monster move.
be just... You can't really do any better than that.
No.
You know?
Okay, Quinn and Ben. Well, I just want to mention Marty. So grumpy. I know we've touched on it, but he is just...
The worm has turned.
It's so weird to see
grumpy.
a grumpy Scotsman as well. Persistent grump.
Because a real pissed off Scottish person is actually quite scary, I think.
It's very scary.
When they're kicking off.
Yeah, because they know how to give you the bash.
the Glasgow smile.
But the wolf is also he's really trolling him. And he's real smug. I forget how smug the wolf can get. And Marty just feels like every time Wolf Camp comes up to have a look at the house, it's just nothing but negative. I can't do the accent. You can. It's all negative.
Busting me arse here.
Yeah, perfect.
That was Mrs. Doubtfire.
Same.
So, but credit to Wolfie, because drama's got to come from somewhere. A little bit of, you're not allowed to do, you've got COVID or the flu or whatever, They're really trying, but you've got COVID, I'll just do all of your stuff for you. The interpersonal dynamic between them is too nice. This is a competition.
I know.
Gosh damn it.
That's shocker. Also, let's talk about the COVID, because it almost felt like they've been symptomatic for days. I mean, Adam definitely has been symptomatic for days.
Dead.
The eye test says they've all got COVID.
Yeah, totally. And also, from having COVID, my own personal anecdotal experience, I can tell you can be symptomatic a long time before it shows up positive on the test. So going to the doctor and having the doctor go, nah, it's just a cold, to be fair, I think that's a little bit sort of negligent on the doctor's behalf to just be like, I can decisively tell you that because you had a negative rat this morning and you've not got a temperature that it's not COVID. I don't know.
But then did they tell them they still had to isolate for 2 days? Or was that what...
No.
That was
They
what
came
released
straight back.
them?
Also, Chloe was told to isolate. She immediately went around talking to a bunch of people without a mask on.
Yeah. She did get told off by the health and safety officer.
Also, Adam made some drawers or similar.
Right.
He's supposed to be resting,
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean... It's a nightmare.
It's a nightmare. It's a nightmare. So I feel like maybe someone in production was like, all these people got colds. Maybe on the show we should address that and show we're doing something.
Or was it we need some drama? We can't rely solely on Wolfie. We actually will need to sort of take this. We've got plausible deniability about the colds and the flu-like symptoms, and Because I actually think that was doing the right thing, but I think they enjoyed the fact that they got to have a little bit of dramatic.
I want to get Susie Wiles on the blower and just ask her, is it the kind of recommended health guidelines to isolate someone who's symptomatic about 4 days after they've got symptoms for like, tell them they're being isolated for 2 days, but send them immediately to the doctor in the car with someone else, by the way, and then have the doctor go, oh, seems fine, and then immediately just go back and hit the tools again?
I don't want to put words in her mouth, but I'm pretty sure she'll say absolutely, yeah, that's right. I've done it again.
Aggregated immediately.
When are we going to talk about the poetry slam?
Right now. Because I've, once again, under Marie and James, as a headline, literally nothing written.
No. Okay, Marie and James, to their credit this week, charging crystals under the full moon.
I might have skipped that bit.
That was an interesting moment, I thought. That was an interesting insight into Marie, the way she operates. She charged crystals in her own season, she said, and under the blood moon, and then fell down the stairs.
Oh, just didn't charge her enough.
So she's sort of refining her
She's just working
strategy.
on it, yeah.
Okay.
But I quite liked it. Not into crystals myself, but good on you.
Also, my only other note beyond the crystals was that I think that this was peak pillow. She had the most pillows I've ever seen on a bed.
How many are we talking?
It was at least 9.
They've all got so many.
But this was it was half the bed. They were just stacked. It was like it was a pillow showroom.
That's normal.
Why is it normal? It's the worst trend.
How many have you got on your bed?
4.
How many on yours?
I've got 4 pillows and 3 cushions.
Okay,
So that's crazy.
I've got 6 pillows, 2 cushions.
6?
Why are you doing this?
2 euros.
I hear. What's going on?
2 displays, 2 sleeping ones, and then 2 cushions.
6 pillows and 1 cushion.
Jesus Christ, what's wrong with me?
And do you sleep on 3 pillows?
No, I
you
sleep
take
on
them
2 of
off.
them.
Do you use? I use one as one of my 2 pillows
As a cuddle pillow.
As a cuddle buddy. I need that.
Yeah, well, you
I
had
thought you were
that.
using Nikki's pregnancy
No.
pillow.
I used to. That's,
I didn't know that before you guys gave it to me, that you'd used it.
It's Duncan's special pillow.
I ended up with Duncan's special pillow.
Can we get that to you?
Yeah, and I think
actually feel bad about that.
I think I passed it on to Carrie Ann.
How old is Vivi?
that thing's been around. I've seen
crazy.
some things.
Yeah. That could come to life with all the different skin in there.
Yeah.
Okay, poetry slam. This was a challenge.
Well, Blockstars is gone.
Why?
RIP. I have a theory. I wonder maybe if they were like, COVID, maybe we
Yeah.
shouldn't have. But they had
did it
quite a few people in that pub.
Didn't they do it
And none
last
of them
year?
were wearing. Yeah, they did. I don't know. Look, someone had an idea somewhere in production, and there's a story you can read on the spin-off. I talked to the big honcho in slam poetry in New Zealand about how they've awarded the biggest prize in poetry ever on the Block NZ.
Yeah.
10 grand for 90 seconds of slam poetry. And he thinks it's great.
Okay. Oh,
He was like, this is positive for slam. The slam community is
That's a really
behind
supportive
the
community.
block.
Did you done the story?
Yeah, it'll be on the site in 7 minutes.
I have a question.
Clever.
Thank you.
Story ideation.
What is slam poetry by definition?
Well, I can tell you. Because I think he said it's like, often people think it's like, has to be kind of rapped or has to be done off the cuff.
like a beat. That's what I think. Like,
Who's
yeah.
he?
Ben Fagan. He runs Motif Poetry in Wellington. It is simply a format, not a genre, like not a form itself. So the format of slam is a slam poetry night, where people show up and you have to deliver an original poem. It has to be under 3 minutes. And no props, no costumes is key. A key rule in the slam poetry world.
Because in normal poetry, do you have props and cozies?
Not that I'm aware of.
It's supposed to be just about the performance and
Pure
the words.
performance.
Not, you can't be distracting people by dressing up as your husband or wife
How do you
or a spider.
define dressing up? Because what if, like,
Well-
Ben, for example, mostly dresses as Luigi, but at what point does that stop being dressing up and just start being his outfit?
Well, they changed outfits about 17 times in their poem, so I think that you could probably,
That's true.
even as someone...
So this was a perversion of the form.
It was a perversion. And the other key thing on slam nights, which I didn't know, is that 5 people from the audience who often have never been before are chosen as the judges. So it's not expert judged, it's judged by the audience who have paddles. And the idea was that it was supposed to democratise poetry and make it fun and interesting and bring in people from the bar who might be chilling. So it's like actually quite different to what I thought. I thought it was
love
this very like highfalutin kind of
Yeah.
serious smoky bar cheese cutter guy, you know? Yeah.
Can I just say, of all the challenges that have ever been on the block, I think I could have done this one, and I think I could have won this one.
Wow.
Did you hear me just then? Just
Yeah.
riffing.
Yeah, do you want to just
No,
freestyle?
I don't want to
bars?
freestyle. No. But
Should we all write a block slam poem and
Yes.
read it out next week?
yes.
No.
And then I here can judge?
Yes.
This is such a bad idea. Because you're really good at it.
You are. You're going to
Well,
win.
I did
You're
my
gonna
maths
win.
one.
I'm just like looking.
Did you say you've already done one?
I've already done my maths one, remember?
Yeah, it was great. I mean, I'm comparing myself to the block contestants who performed, not to Alex Casey, slam poet extraordinaire. Yeah.
Yeah.
God, I went to Wellington once. Look at me now.
Whether or not we do a competition, I would still like to hear Alex's poem.
Yeah.
You're going
Wow.
to do one regardless.
Yeah, so it's already taken shape.
Can I
to be
just
fair.
ask if you'd like to hear mine? Because you didn't.
I would, but I don't have a precedent to hold it against because you haven't done one on the pod.
That was a good save.
That was an incredible save.
Oh, he's got it literally
Class
everything.
act, eh?
Yeah. No one wants to hear your
Unflappable.
poem, Duncan.
No, that's fair.
Do you know what, though? I actually think the fold is slam poetry in a way now that I know.
Oh my God, you're right.
I don't know what
It
the
does start
criteria
off
is.
with a slam poem.
Except it has to be 3 minutes long.
That's true. My intros tend to be 5 to 9 minutes.
So, I mean, you are already the most professional amongst us.
Most accomplished.
Wow.
Yeah, well, I
Just
get
play a little bit of
laptops.
jazz behind the fold monologue.
or the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air theme music you
Yeah.
can play behind you.
I wondered from a copyright perspective, are you allowed to take the rhythm of the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air
That's
theme tune, or even if you don't have the music? Like, it's just it's an interesting idea.
Because don't you have to just change things up by 15%? So
No,
I'd say
that would be an interpolation. I think that's an interesting edge case.
It's pretty heavy. It's pretty relevant to when the estate of Marvin Gaye
With,
took
Blurred Lines.
Pharrell and Robin Thicke to court because they were trying to say that they appropriated the groove,
It was like the feel
the
of it.
feel
Yeah.
of Got to Give It Up for
and
their
did
song.
it work? Did they win?
They did
They
win
did,
that
yeah.
case, yeah.
But that's kind
But
of
they-
that sort of changed everything. That was an
Yeah.
overreach, I
Yeah.
think.
I think they defined it as like quite a few different things, not just the rhythm, but also, the feel, the energy, lots of things that hadn't been defined legally before.
Can't wait till some other podcasters start podcasting in a chat form, and I'm going to be like, that is the feel and the energy of the real pod. Give us all your money. So, any thoughts on everyone's slam poetry, by the way?
Well, Ben and Quinn, obviously, they did the gender swap, the drag. I thought they both looked amazing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Quinn as Ben in particular, the eyebrows.
And when they did that in the moments and they were like having serious, again, it's a bit like the the other Ben as Luigi, forgetting who's in costume. They did some sort of similar stuff when they were talking about, I think it was, there were some weird accusations in Ben and Chloe's poem about people being up after curfew and talked about House 1 and House 3. And so there was like Ben sitting there being like, oh, prove it. And, you know, like they're wearing their outfits.
Very good.
I like when they're like, there's a phantom pooer in the neighbourhood. I thought that was funny. I love their obsession with the phantom pooer. And it's something that we don't see a lot of on the show, really, but it seems to be a big thing in their lives. Like the poem suggested that they actually got the portaloo moved from outside their house because the stench was so bad.
How unrelatable to be obsessed with a phantom tour. Something I can't understand.
They're the real pod.
They are the real
They're the real
pod.
pod.
And that actually makes me feel good. Like if they're the real pod, then we're Quinn and Ben, and I would take that every single day.
Just slightly away from slam poetry because I just realised we haven't really talked about the fact that I know you mentioned at the top that they've won 4 rooms. They're winning a lot, and I think even at the end of family bathroom week, they were almost embarrassed to have won for the 3rd time in a row. How would you be if you were winning every room? Would you feel stink about it, or would you be...
I'd feel bad, but it'd also be insufferable.
Yeah.
Like, so insufferable. I wouldn't be able to hold it in.
I feel like I'd be giving money away. I'd feel so bad about
Oh,
it.
no, none of that.
Alex is texting Mum.
Sorry, I've just realised I think I said something problematic in the article. I need to get it amended.
That's also real pod.
Well, let's just. By the time you see the article, it'll be fixed. You'll never even know.
Yeah, or I'm cancelled and I've got the notes apology already up somewhere.
It's all developing in real time. Okay, Stacey and Adam this week.
Stacey has no voice.
She's still got no voice.
I like when she's like, the doctor said it. It's a throat. Was it a lemon and honey or it's throat cancer? I was like, this is like getting really
Do you want to
stressful.
know my remedy? Lemon honey. It'll disappear in a week, or it's throat cancer. Adam has to isolate for 5 minutes, even though he is honestly very, very ill. What else happened? She got proper upset about the Game Changer challenge, which was the what was the Game Changer?
Rifle around in some cat food and find a screw.
And she was really upset that she didn't win it, and was really worried that Ben and Quinn were going to steal money off them.
That's
and then
right.
then this whole kind of weird negotiation thing.
Oh yeah, and they were talking about like their season and how they didn't win any money.
Yeah, so they should take it off Marie and James. They won so much money at the auction of their season.
Yeah,
I don't know. I
quite
think
tense.
you got to treat each season as isolated because
It's its own thing.
Yeah,
You can't start talking about the outside world.
No.
So you be like, well, how many assets do you have?
No.
You know, show me your portfolio.
But my favourite part of all this week was that real funny edit right at the beginning where Adam was saying, look, we've taken Stacey to the doctor and they've just said, she's got to stop talking. She's got to stop talking. And they had this whole 5 minutes of Stacey just saying good morning and hello in about 14 different languages.
So funny.
Just talking constantly, no one prompting her, and she just kept going on and on and on.
Yeah,
It was
thought
very
hilarious.
cute.
I love Stacey. I
I
think she's
love her.
incredibly funny.
She really is.
Whenever she's alone in the car, just rocking out.
That's Andrew WK. What do you think it was all right that they didn't let Marie and James play their Game Changer?
I think he didn't let them play it because he knew it wouldn't have made any difference. I actually think he was doing them a solid.
Oh, you think that was... No.
Yeah, they still wouldn't have won.
Yeah, they wouldn't have won, but there was just... because I'm just desperate for there to be some tension anywhere. And I was like, well, could this be? And it wasn't.
No.
What was it? So Mark was like, I've touched the board.
Yeah.
Therefore...
Well, no, I think someone else said that they couldn't. Someone else suggested they couldn't. I think it might have been...
Production.
No. I think it might have been Stacey and Adam, who were like, hang on, we had to make that decision on the spot, and now you're saying that they can, and so it's like, nope, fair enough. But I think he looked at the scores and went, no, fair enough. Let Marie and James keep their -1 or whatever it is.
Another great Stacey moment when she was about to go out shopping and she demanded a kiss from Adam. She's like, are you going to kiss me? And you can do it better than me.
Are you going to kiss me?
Yeah. And then she's like, what if I die?
What if I die?
Very relatable again. I feel like I love their relationship. I find it very relatable.
I think if someone's saying to you, kiss me because I might be about to die, it's kind of a reason why you might not want to kiss them because you don't really want whatever it is they've got.
Throat cancer's not contagious.
Mm-hmm. Okay, what else?
Well, can I just say, this isn't related to any of the individuals, but they played this music just before the end of Tools Down, to get people excited. Did you notice? No. It is so weird. And I was just like, what is this reminding me of? And I was like, it's Jez and Superhand's band from Peep Show.
Oh my God.
Which has got 100 different names.
It's very specific.
But it's this fake music kind of, but it's just such a specific sound. But I swear to God, it's honestly worth going back and listening to it. Who decided that was appropriate music, and how does it exist in the world? Because that is literally the only time I've ever heard music that terrible was Jez and Superman just having a time in a caravan.
This is outrageous. This is contagious.
Yeah, that was, you were expecting that kind of extemporization on top.
I have a controversial thing to talk about because I have poo-pooed it in the past.
Oh.
But now I'm on board. The Ben and Chloe sexual tension.
Thank you.
When they were doing that sleepyhead partner content and they were in the bed together, I was like...
They just stand really close whenever they're being shot, even if they don't need to. Even if it's not an arranged thing, they stand really close.
Are they partnered up?
She is.
I don't know about him.
Okay. Just observations that they've got some chemistry there. That's all you're saying.
No, that's all I'm saying.
And also, they do so much sexual innuendo all the time.
So
and
much.
their entire slam poem
I feel
dirtiness.
so validated by this. Because I thought people were just like, thought that I was bad but I was just like, these are just observations.
I think it's fine. We're not saying they're doing anything. I'm just saying, there's chemistry there.
It crackles.
Do you think that whoever wrote Sweet Violets, the song, would have a case to sue them for following that same kind of... Do you know the song?
No.
There once was a farmer who took a young miss in back of a barn where he gave her a lecture on horses and chickens and eggs.
Is that public domain? That's what sort of...
And told her that she had such beautiful manners, and so it goes on.
Wow.
Like that's where the little switching out.
Filthy. But
Yeah.
is that an old
Filthy.
one? Or
That's
is
an
that-
old one. That's one
so
that like my
public
dad used
domain?
to sing to me.
Public domain? Public
I don't
domain?
know how.
1930s?
Don't know.
I reckon, what is
Do you
it?
think we're about
Lifetime
to
of
get
the creator
sued
plus
because of my
20,
absolutely
plus 70?
Plus 50, I think.
Plus 50. But I think they might have gone up to plus 70 with that EU trade deal.
Oh.
That was when the facts changed.
Do you think that I just got us cancelled? Like I've just bottomed out the whole company because I sang a copyrighted song.
But you attributed
so
it.
well.
You said
We'll have to give them all of the income from this podcast.
Oh my God, we sunk.
What's the song
From this
called?
episode.
Sweet Violets.
Sweet
You
Violets.
definitely can't play it. You definitely can't play
Sweet
that.
I won't
Violets,
play it.
public domain.
Okay. Well, I think we might just wrap up this episode now.
Yeah, no, it's finished.
It's done. Thank you very much for listening. Thank you, T.I. here. You've done a sterling job of providing both snacks and production. Thank you, Duncan. Thank you, Alex.
Dinah Shaw?
Yeah, that's the one.
Oh, yeah.
Sweet Violets, sweeter than the roses.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Now she's there. Now she's there.
Daisy.
Sorry.
Clip that.
1951.
What does that mean?
Well, unless she
Are we good?
immediately died.
Yeah.
Then we're not
we
good.
don't know. We don't know if she did or not. I mean, someone knows, but it's not me. Okay, anyway, that is actually, this now is the end of our podcast.
We did it.
Thanks to everyone for everything. Do you guys have anything you want to say? Perhaps speech you didn't get to do at the Voyages?
No, I was actually glad I didn't win because I didn't know I was in one of the big speech ones.
Who did win?
Simon Wilson. And hats off to him.
Did not Simon Wilson win both your...
Oh, he
Can-
might
Yes.
have. He did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I sent you the text that said Simon Bloody Wilson.
Oh.
Kevin Bloody Wilson as well.
Well,
in some
that
ways.
was a play on that. That was...
I don't get it.
You're
That's
too
fine.
young.
You're too beautiful. Okay. Thank you, everybody. We're off now.
Thank you.
Hooroo!
Hooray!
Do you find it hard staying optimistic with all the financial news in the media? I'm Bernard Hickey, and on my podcast, When the Facts Change, I'm here to help you navigate the ever-changing landscape of economics in Aotearoa. So join the conversation every Friday on When the Facts Change, brought to you by the Spin-Off Podcast Network in partnership with KiwiBet.
Kia ora e te iwi, Te Aihe Butler here, podcast manager at The Spin-Off. If you enjoy listening to our podcasts, consider supporting our mahi by signing up to become a Spin-Off member at thespinoff.co.nz/donate. The Spin-Off Podcast Network.